It's almost like an intellectual rite of passage, like they do in
Well,
Africa. Then
it's funny
something.
that you bring the issue up of rite of passage, and that's what it has been. Uh, the boys in our culture in Africa and from our roots had to go through a rite of passage. And we don't have the opportunities to go through rites of passages here in these United States. We might do it as a Boy Scout. We might do it as when we get into colleges and universities and become members of fraternities. But we have got to have that rite of passage so that our young men know that they are men.
Yes.
They are valuable to the society and they're going to contribute. And you see, kids learn when you teach them.
Yes.
They also learn when you don't teach them.
Okay.
And so when you don't teach them the academics, you teach them negatively and you make them feel that they are worthless, they don't belong, they have nothing to contribute, so they wear their pants.
Well, the TV is so destructive. If you don't teach, what do you do about the destructiveness that's coming through your house, in your house every day through the form of the television? Because there are all type of messages that are being sent that are negative. What do you do if you're not
Well,
home all day anyway?
Um,
I don't mean to dip off the television, but
you have to you have to begin raising your child. I say when that child is in the womb. Some scientists won't believe that.
so the television can't raise the child.
Television
Okay.
can't raise the child.
Okay.
And you remember Roots?
Yes.
And Kunta Kinte took his daughter and raised her above his head and showed her the moon and the world and said that was the only thing greater than you. You see, you have to start raising that child. You can't wait till that child gets to be 8, 9, 10 years of age to raise it. So you got to start setting some structure for it when it is a baby.
Okay.
The television is a fantastic instrument,
Yes, sir.
but and it will, and what we see on it, we will want to imitate. So we've got to learn how to say there are other things in the world other than television, so you can only get so much television time. You've got to get some time doing this, you've got to get some time doing that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we've got to be selective in what programs our kids can watch.
So kids, after you get through seeing this show, cut the television off and do your homework.
Well, but the thing of it is, you got to set some priorities.
I understand.
Kids are kids. They're full of energy and they want to play, but they've got to realize some responsibilities. Homework is important. Before you go out to play, you've done your work. No, I don't want you to coming in after you've been running and wrestling and you get tired.
Yes.
You want to go to sleep.
It's priority. I understand.
Yeah, and as a father, you have to teach by precept and example. They have to see you reading. They have to see you writing. They have to see you sacrificing.
Yes.
And so it's not telling them what to do, but it's you're showing them the way and supporting them.
Okay. I want to ask you something about the voucher system. You know, is it fair, and do you think that they invented it because there are Catholic schools and private schools that are losing funding because of the state that the economy is in?
The
We only
voucher
have 5
system.
minutes left.
The voucher system has been around for well over 50 years. It hasn't worked. But I will tell you that it could be of benefit to the Catholic system because if you gave the parents the money, they can go any place they want to use the money. So yes, it will be of benefit to them. But the problems are not resolved by doing that. You see, one of my greatest deficits and arguments against the Catholic education is that it is selective education.
Okay.
If I don't have the abilities that they're looking for, they don't want my money.
Okay.
And so if I come with my baggage and my problems, if I come out of a if I come out of a neighborhood that's crime infested, or that's full of drugs and alcohol, etc., and I have the problems and a lack of self-esteem, they are there to teach me these kinds of to overcome these kinds of situations. They want me to come to be academically talented, an independent thinker, and an independent learner, and yes, the voucher system will help them, but it doesn't resolve the problems that our kids are facing in these United
We
States.
got 3 more minutes left. I gotta have you back.
Well,
But this will be on YouTube anyway. But question is, you know what, in school, should there be a zero tolerance on kids? I see kids using profanity in front of the teachers and walking around with their pants pulled down to their butts. Should it be a zero tolerance?
you have to set some limitations.
Okay.
I think the principal is the first person in the school to set the tone of what he is going to take in his school. What we leave out of this matrix is we leave the parents out. We don't hold them accountable, and we let parents know what they expect, what we expect of them in sending their kids to school, so that they can reinforce these kinds of things. Yes, we don't need kids cursing teachers out, kids fighting teachers. No, something's wrong with that picture. We've got to change it.
You know what's funny? I wanted to get him on Underground Railroad for a long time. Ran into him in the hallway. I want to thank you for inviting me on your show. It just couldn't make it. But you know what? Is there a particular message that you want to convey to the people? Because I've been asking you questions for like 25 minutes. So maybe you want to tell them when your show comes on a particular message that you want to convey to
Yes.
young people.
My concern is
Assalamu alaikum to everybody watching Underground Railroad every Saturday at 10:30.
My concern is that education is the key to your future, and you have to get quality education, and that African American children learn when they are taught. And if the powers that be gives us the opportunity to teach our kids will achieve.
Okay, you keep on. We can roll on out with you.
Well, and I think that we as parents and as communities need to take over our schools to tell our schools what we want our kids to become. You talked about the suburbs.
Yes.
When I was principal in the suburbs, the superintendent told me that whenever the parents wanted to have a meeting in the school or in the community, I, as principal, had to be there.
Yes, sir.